Homework number 3. The first topic is solving two-step equations. When solving two-step equations, you're going to use the inverse operations for addition and subtraction, and multiplication and division. So the first thing you need to do is identify where your variable is. That is the side where you need to eliminate all of these numbers. You will eliminate both the constants and the coefficients. Now pay close attention to the constant here and notice that I am not putting a box around this minus sign. That belongs to the coefficient. It does not belong to 26. So in order to do the inverse here of 26, which is a secret positive 26, we're going to write a negative 26 underneath on both sides. So we're going to subtract 26 from both sides, picking up our calculator to help us compute, and then rewriting everything that's left. So negative 5z is still there, but negative 49 and negative 26 are going to be replaced with their new value, which is negative 75. Now I'm going to break apart this number from that variable, right? This is a coefficient, and it is secretly multiplying that letter, and the inverse of multiply is divide. Pick up your calculator to help you compute, and then rewrite your final answer. The letter z is equal to, two negatives make a positive, is equal to positive 15. So what we're going to do now is we're going to type that here in our answer box and click submit. One more time. Find your variable and get rid of the constant first. Remember, the sign is not after you, the sign is before you. So for us, it's a negative 21. The inverse is plus 21 on both sides. Now you'll notice over here, you get a 0, and that's okay. 0 is a number. The coefficient here is missing. There is no number. So we're going to fill in that invisible 1 here. And we're going to divide both sides by negative 1. Pick up your calculator to help, but 0 divided by negative 1 is 0. So we're going to type a 0 in this answer box here and click submit. One more time. Find your variable and remove the constant first. So the opposite of minus 32 is plus 32. Use your calculator to help you if necessary. Rewrite your problem, and it looks like we're going to get negative 27. We're going to divide both sides because that's the opposite of multiplying. Divide by negative 3. Use your calculator to help, and then write your final answer. A negative divided by a negative is a positive, and 27 divided by 3 is 9. So our answer is 9. Type that here and submit. Alright, let's take a look at the next topic, which is two-step equations, but with decimals this time. So you're definitely probably going to need a calculator for this part. Find your variable, then get rid of the constant first. So I'm going to subtract 3.6 on both sides. I'm going to pick up my calculator. I'm going to type 3 minus 3.6. And when I do that, I get negative 0.6, and then I rewrite my right-hand side. This time I'm going to clear my coefficient, which is timesing by negative 0.2, and the inverse is dividing by negative 0.2, dividing by negative 0.2. Pick up my calculator, negative 0.6 divided by negative 0.2, and I get positive 3. I'll type that in here and submit. One more time. Find your variable first. Get rid of the constant as your first inverse step. So I'm going to plus 1.9 here and plus 1.9 over there. Pick up your calculator. Write your new value. And don't forget to pay attention to the negative signs. So the inverse of timesing is dividing. We're going to divide by negative 0.4. And we're going to get positive 3.9. Type that here and submit. All right, let's take a look at the third topic. Two-step equations that have fractions as the coefficient. So same steps, find the variable, clear the constant, but this time, instead of dividing by the coefficient, we're going to multiply by the reciprocal. Sorry, I'm going to erase this part. So we've got 27 here. So instead of dividing by 3/4, which we could do, but it's super long and messy looking, so instead of doing that, we are going to multiply both sides by showing parentheses, and then the reciprocals when you flip the fraction over. So that's why these cancel. And now over here, it's 27 times 4 divided by 3, which gives you 36. All right, let's clear this out. Type a 36 and do one more problem. All right, find your variable. Get rid of your constant. Remember, this minus sign belongs to the fraction, not the 3. So we're actually going to subtract 3 from both sides. That gives us -1/10. And over here we get a 4. Now we don't divide by fractions. We multiply by the reciprocal. So -10/1. So b is equal to -40. Type that in. And let's take a look at the next topic. Rounding numbers. It's been a while for some of you, but when we have a decimal point, these are the wholes, and these are the parts to the right. And when we have those values to the right, they have place value names, starting with tenths, then the hundredths, THS, then the thousandths, THS, etc. So if we want to round this number to the nearest tenth, then we need to know which number is in the tenths place. And for us, that's the first digit after the decimal. And when you round, you can either stay the same or you can go up by 1 digit. And how you decide is by looking at the next number to the right. If that number is 5 or higher, then that gives you the power to level up. So since the next number is 6, that's going to level this up +1. So our new number is going to be 2.6. And that's what we're going to type here, 2.6. Again, find the place value that you need to round to, tenths. Look at that digit to the right. If it's a 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9, you get to level up. Now, this 9, if it goes up one more, it's going to be 10. But you can't fit 2 digits in this one place. So we're going to write 10 by putting the 0 and carrying the 1. And there's our answer. Now, 2.0 is important because they said go to the tenths place. So our answer actually has to have a digit in the tenths place. You can't just say 2, because that's the nearest whole number. 2.0 is the right response. All right, last one. 0.113. Now we need to find the hundredths place, which is this one. And when we look to the right, it's not enough to round us up. So we will stay exactly the same. 0.11. All right. Next topic is rounding to larger decimal places. So this one asks us to round to 4 decimal places. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is the number we have, and we need to look next door to see if we can round it up any higher. So here's the number. This is the 1, 2, 3, 4th decimal place. So when we look next door, that will allow us to level up. But 9 is going to turn into 10. And you can't put 2 digits in one place, so we carry the 1. That makes us a 4, and everybody else stays the same. So we're going to type 9.4740. We're going to type all those digits. All right, one more time. Round to the nearest 10 thousandths. 10 thousandths. So let's write this number out. Let me read it again. 5.25183904,834. All right, so let's go in order. We go tenths, hundredths, thousandths, 10 thousandths. All right, this is where we're going to stop, but we look next door to see if we round or not. 3 is not big enough to round us up, so we remain the same. So we're going to type here exactly 5.2518. No rounding up at the end. All right. Now we're going to move on to combining some terms. So here we go. When we combine like terms, we can only match letters with like letters and regular numbers with plain regular numbers. So we have a triangle here. It has side lengths of 5k minus 3, k plus 1, and m minus 7. Which expression represents the perimeter? That means we add up all the sides to go around the triangle. So I have 5k minus 3 plus k plus 1 plus m minus 7. And I do have some matching letters here. I have a 5k and a plus k. And these two, when combined, make a 6k. So I can cross this off. It doesn't have a 6k. Cross that off. It doesn't have a 6k. Now, I see over here that I have a minus 3, which is just a regular constant number. I have a plus 1, and I have a plus 7. So negative 3 plus 1 is negative 2. Negative 2 plus 7 is negative 3 plus... Oh, I wrote it wrong. This is a minus 7. I gotta be careful. This is a minus 7. So, negative 3 plus 1 is negative 2, and negative 2 minus 7 is negative 9. And then this m doesn't have a partner, so I'll just stick him at the end. Now, in any order, you're looking for a match. Looking for a match in any order. So something with a 6k, check. Something with a minus 9, check. So this one is wrong. So we're going to select this one down here because it matches our answer in any order. So right here. All right, which expression is equivalent to negative 6n plus 3 plus 8n minus 4? I'm going to put a box around the operation and the letters that are matching. And that tells me what to do. Negative 6 plus 8. Negative 6 plus 8 is 2n. And then over here, I have positive 3 and minus 4. 3 minus 4 is negative 1. So that's the one I'm looking for. Next topic is combining like terms, but this time with decimals. It's the same concept. Okay, I think for this one it might help if we drew the rectangle. So let's see what we've got here. The width of a rectangle is 4.7k plus 1.3m. And the length of the rectangle is 6.1k plus 2.8m. They want to know the perimeter. Well, the perimeter is a distance around the whole object. So I actually need to write those dimensions up here and over here as well, because I need to add up all 4 sides. Alright, so let's start with our k's. We have 6.1 plus 6.1, that's 12.2, plus 4.7 plus 4.7. So let's see, we've got a calculator here. I'm going to type it in. 6.1 plus 6.1 plus 4.7 plus 4.7. And I got 21.6k. 21.6K. And now I need to get my calculator and add up all of these m's. So I've got 2.8 plus 2.8 plus 1.3 plus 1.3. And I get 8.2. 8.2m. So now I've got to find my match. 8.2m, 21.6k, and I found it over here. So click and submit. Alright, last topic, distributive property. And when we distribute, we multiply. And we multiply by everything inside the parentheses, and then we stop. That's it. 10x plus 100. Let's try this again. We multiply by everything inside the parentheses, and then we stop. 30v plus 50. One last time. 7 times g, 7g. 7 times minus 10h, minus 70h. 7 times plus 4 is plus 28. 7g minus 70h plus 28. One last time. 40k plus 64m. Use your calculator to help you if you need to, but you multiply the item outside, the number 8, by every term inside. And that's it. 40k plus 64m. And that concludes homework number 3.